Hey, welcome back everyone. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new raid gear that we'll be able to obtain in the new raid Wrath of the Machine. Of course, if you don't want to see this stuff and don't want to be spoiled, then do click off the video, although we've already seen plenty of images and videos of the new raid gear, so we already know what it looks like, but now we actually get to see what the perks are of this gear, and we actually get to see what the raid gear does. So that's mainly what we're going to be focusing on in this video, is the perks. So first up, starting with the Titan armor set, we don't really need to go through every single perk of every single armor set because they share the same perks, but just to get an idea of what they do, let's take a look at the Titan set first. So we can actually view both the regular normal mode set and the hard mode set. So the normal mode set for the Titan is called the Cosmoclast set, and the hard mode set is called the Spliced Cosmoclast. I'm not going to go into detail with every single armor piece, just because some of them share perks, and there isn't really any massive differences between each of the sets or anything, but just for comparison, here's a look at the normal mode helm for the Titan. This is the Cosmoclast helm. Here are the perks, as you can see. The unique perk that is exclusive to this particular armor piece is called Elixir Immunity. On or pickup, take less damage from fallen for a short time. And then there's also another new perk or nerd called New Siva Directive. Changes the stats and upgrades available on this Siva based armor. So it seems like now you can actually reroll the raid armor, which is going to be kind of interesting. Now for comparison, here's a look at the Spliced Cosmoclast helm. This is the hard mode helm, and as you can see, there is no difference in perks. The only difference is the fact that the hard mode armor can be applied with an ornament. And these ornaments make the armor sort of glow. We've seen images of them, and that's about it really, other than the fact that the colour scheme is also different. Similar to the King's Fall raid armor, the normal mode was white, whereas the hard mode armor was kind of this obsidian black colour. So if we just take a quick look at the rest of the armor now, each armor piece has a unique perk, but that unique perk is the same on the other classes, if that makes sense. So as you can see here, for the Titan chest piece we have the Bomb Dispersal Shield. Take half damage when carrying the Siva charge. Not sure what the Siva charge is going to be, but it's probably going to be some kind of mechanic in the raid. And as I explained, this perk will be the same perk that's on the Warlock chest piece and the Hunter chest piece and so on. As you can also see, every single piece of raid gear will have this same perk, New Siva Directive, that allows you to reroll the gear. Moving on to the gauntlets here, the exclusive perk for the gauntlets is called Scavenger's Boon. Increased heavy ammo drops from fallen enemies. I've also got to say that I really like the way these gauntlets look as well. These look awesome. Then for the boots, the unique perk is called In Your Elements. Gain a speed boost when carrying a Scorch, Null or Shock cannon. Now we already know what the Scorch cannon is. It's the giant solar cannon that we saw introduced with the House of Wolves. But now with the Rise of Iron, there's going to be two other variations of the Scorch cannon that are Void and Arc. So it seems that those cannons are also going to be used in some way in the raid. Next up we have the class item, although there's nothing special here. It's just your bog standard perks. You've got your Vanguard Champion, increases Vanguard reputation gains, and you can also apply an ornament to this, and it also has the New Siva Directive, as does every other piece of raid gear that lets you reroll this, so you can reroll the Intellect, Strength and Discipline. But there's nothing special about the class items, although they do look cool. And lastly we have the raid artifact. This is the one for the Titans, the Siva Core. Again, nothing special here, it's just an artifact. And then there's also going to be a hard mode version of the artifact called the Perfected Siva Core. And here is an overview of all the raid gear for the Titan. We have both sets here, the normal and the hard mode. This looks awesome, I cannot wait to get my hands on this. I absolutely love the style of this gear. Moving on here now, we have the Hunter gear. Like I said earlier, they all have the same perks across all classes, so I don't need to look at each individual piece, but here's just an overview of all the gear. Each class also has a slightly different artifact, but again, same perks. So as you can see, the normal mode set for the Hunter is called the Nanomania set, and then the hard mode is the Spliced Nanomania set. I actually really like some of the Hunter gear as well. The helmet looks pretty cool, but the class item especially looks crazy. It's definitely very different from any of the other cloaks that we've seen. Moving on, lastly we have the Warlock raid gear. So the normal mode set is called the Raid Miasma set, and the hard mode set is of course the Spliced Raid Miasma set. I actually wasn't really a fan of this set when it was first revealed and I first saw it, but it's kind of growing on me. I especially like the robes, like the just sort of the cheese grater design. Kinda looks funky, but I kinda like it. Anyway, that is it for this video. I do hope that you enjoyed this look at the raid gear. I'll have more videos on the way soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.